In the sun-drenched fields of Bethlehem, under a vast and open sky, a love story began to unfold. This story, however, moves far beyond a simple romance. For this wasn't love at first sight. It was love in the eyes of Yahawah. It was a love written before the foundation of the world, a divine appointment destined to become a timeless testament to his faithfulness and his boundless, redemptive power. Imagine the scene. The air is thick with the scent of harvest, the earthy aroma of barley and dust. Here, a young Moabite widow named Ruth toils alone. Each stalk of grain she stoops to gather is a small victory against the gnawing ache of loss and the uncertainty of her future. She is a foreigner, an outsider, gleaning at the edge of a field, vulnerable yet filled with a quiet dignity. Her loyalty to her mother-in-law, Naomi, has brought her to this place of hardship, but it is in this very place of humility that she will find grace. For her labor does not go unnoticed. The owner of the field, a wealthy and respected man named Boaz, sees her, and in her he sees far more than a destitute foreigner. He sees a woman of noble character, a virtuous soul who has left everything she knew to seek refuge under the wings of the God of Israel. This is where the earthly romance beautifully mirrors a divine one. Boaz, in his strength and compassion, becomes a living, breathing picture of Yahawashi, our Messiah. His first instinct is to act as her protector. He approaches Ruth not with suspicion, which she might have expected, but with a profound and gentle kindness. His words are a balm to her anxious heart. "Listen, my daughter," he says, his voice a calming presence amid the noise of the harvest. "Do not go to glean in another field. Stay here, close to my young women. I have commanded the young men not to touch you." In a world where a lone foreign woman was exposed to countless dangers, Boaz instantly created a sanctuary for her. He became her guardian, her shield against harm and reproach, a moving foreshadowing of how our Messiah watches over and protects his beloved church from the perils of the world. But Boaz's grace extends beyond just protection. He becomes her provider. As the sun reaches its zenith and the workers pause for their meal, he calls to her. "Come here," he invites, "and eat of the bread and dip your morsel in the vinegar." This is a radical act of inclusion. He doesn't just offer her charity from a distance. He brings her into fellowship. He welcomes her to his table, into his community of care. As she sits among the reapers, he personally serves her parched grain until she is satisfied and even has some left over. This is a picture of scandalous generosity, of a provision that is not just sufficient, but abundant. It's a glimpse into the heart of a Redeemer who provides for us not based on our merit, but out of his overflowing grace. Boaz's kindness deepens further in a secret act of compassion. He quietly instructs his reapers, "Let her glean even among the sheaves, and do not reproach her. And also pull out some from the bundles for her and leave it for her to glean." This was a hidden provision, a deliberate act to lighten her burden and ensure her labor was met with impossible reward. It is a perfect illustration of unmerited favor, a gift she could never have earned, given freely from the goodness of his heart. Faced with this cascade of unexpected kindness, Ruth's response is one of profound and beautiful humility. The scriptures tell us she fell on her face, bowing low to the ground. She is utterly overwhelmed, astounded by the grace she has been shown. "Why have I found favor in your eyes?" she asks, "that you should take notice of me, since I am a foreigner?" Her question reveals a heart that is completely free of entitlement. She understands her lowly position, and it makes the kindness she receives all the more dazzling. This meekness, this posture of absolute gratitude, is her true beauty. It is a powerful model for how we, too, should respond to the unmerited saving grace of Yahawashi. Her humility was not weakness. It was the fertile ground in which the seeds of her redemption could finally take root. And woven throughout this sacred account are the delicate, unspoken threads of a budding romance. We can almost feel the warmth of that shared meal, a quiet moment of connection in the midst of a busy harvest. We can imagine the gentle, unintentional brushing of their hands as she gathers the very stalks of grain he had commanded be left for her. Perhaps a shy smile was exchanged across the sunlit field, a silent acknowledgement of a bond that was beginning to form between them. Theirs was a love story nurtured not by grand declarations, but by consistent, gentle kindness and a deep, mutual respect. It was a love orchestrated by a divine hand, proving that the greatest love stories are often whispered in quiet acts of service, protection, and provision. We hope this reflection on the kindness of Boaz has been an encouragement to your spirit. If you enjoy delving into the rich, layered narratives of the scriptures, please consider subscribing. Your support allows us to continue creating and sharing content that brings these timeless stories of faith to life.